Hello everyone. This is a little video I'm making for Expert Shield. They wanted me to make a video showing people how to take off the glass protection screen off your camera safely. So let's say it got your glass screen got scratched, or you dropped it and it got cracked or whatever, because after all it is glass. You want to be able to take it off your camera without hurting yourself. And that's not saying you're going to do that, but there have been some folks apparently who have tried to use their fingernails to get the screen off, and I think somebody actually hurt themselves a little bit, and we don't want that to happen. It doesn't mean it's going to, but certainly it's glass and anything can happen. You know, glass is fragile, and it can fracture and so on. So I was thinking about a whole bunch of ideas, and I thought I'd just run this one by people. Usually I like to find things around home that's easy for other people to use, and this has a little bit of a different slant to it, but anyway, we'll start. I've got the glass installed on my Fuji camera. And I did try this yesterday and made a video, and unfortunately I used a card that had my signature on it, and when I went to blur out the signature in YouTube, it just made the audio sound like I could have been editing it, and I don't want people to think I'm editing this at all. I just want to go, straight through it. So for starters, what I used to get it off was an ordinary credit card. This here is my Canadian Tire card. There's probably have all kinds of cards lying around that you could use for this purpose to get the screen off. You don't want to use your driver's license or your Visa or MasterCard, I wouldn't think. But certainly, these little cards, you can even use like an old iTunes card that you used, or one card that you had someone gave you a gift certificate on, whatever. So what I did here, in order to be able to take the screen off, is that right along this upper edge here, I beveled this edge, and I did that I got a piece of 200 grit sandpaper, which is very fine. You just get it at the hardware store. One sheet will cost you about 60 cents. And you take your card and you put it on the sandpaper at an angle, like a little less than a 45, and not really high like this. You want to be able to have an edge that can sneak underneath that glass screen without damaging anything, because it's plastic and it won't scratch anything. So you just, on your 200 grit sandpaper, just get it till you have a really nice edge, and also make a little edge around the corners, a beveled edge around the corners, so you can sneak that underneath. So and then also you might want to just lightly put the card flat on the sandpaper on that edge, and just a little bit, just take the burr off it, so it's a nice clean edge. Okay, so we're gonna try this. Worked yesterday, hope it works today. Yesterday when I did it, so you want the beveled edge, of course, to be sloping towards the camera, right? You don't want this is flat and this is the beveled edge. And so yesterday I tried to sneak it under this edge here, because you can see, I don't know if you can see, but I can feel that edge all the way along there with the card, because the glass is a little bit higher than the film. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this edge and kind of try to find a place where it can sneak under there. And a corner's not a bad spot. Last time this corner worked best, and you kind of have to. Here, it's going to work. I can see it already. Did you see that? It got underneath there. Now, I noticed that the glass actually cracked. So I don't know if you can see that. I'll try to focus on it for you. But the glass cracked as soon as I put it in there. So that's what you don't want to have happen to your fingernail, right? Get it in there, it can break off or so on. Now once it's under there, it's easy. then all you have to do is just slide it till it's in here, and then push across, and it just releases. And your screen now does not have a glass protector on it. So I thought that was a real easy way of doing it. And then you don't have to worry about, you know, hurting your screen or scratching your screen, because this plastic will not scratch anything you know, because you're going glass against plastic. And so I hope people like that idea, and we'll just leave that with our good folks at Expert Shield. They've been really good to me, and I hope they're really good to you. And we'll talk to you guys later.